What up, though, community? Thank you for joining me here for Tarot yoCommuniTEA. The team starts with T and Tarot Show. I'm your hostess with the mostest herbs, Rashana. If you're new here, that's what's up. Welcome to the community. If you circle back because you've been following us for the past few years on Instagram, bet it up. Thank you for being here. Now, if you missed our Rooted in Real Tea, feel free to go back to episode 0 where you can catch up and get into it. Roots, stems, and leaves are all there for you to dive deep and enjoy every single sip. And once you do that, come back here and let's have a real talk. Real talk commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, this conversation, y'all, is for leaders, entrepreneurs, and organizations looking to scale and grow. How? By building high-performing virtual teams. Now, we all know that what we do is a lot. It just is. And to be honest, it's an understatement when I say a lot. And there's this pinch that we all start to feel when we recognize that we're not able to get it all done. It could be that we're overwhelmed. It might actually be that we're struggling to maintain the whole work-life balance that seems to not be real while growing the vision. Or it could just be that we know that balance is the key. And if that's the case, the answer is definitely going to be the power of delegation, bringing in the right support. That means hiring, onboarding, and effectively managing an online business manager, an executive assistant, or a virtual assistant. Now, if this isn't a conversation you've had with yourself lately, you might want to dip off now. But if you know deep down in your soul that you need to hire, onboard, and effectively manage one of these key personnel in order to keep your community afloat, whether that's your business, whether that's your company, whether that's your organization, whatever it is, then we need to be real. We're not just about to have a conversation about offloading tasks, y'all. This is about building a value-created, efficient team that fuels business traction while you reduce the stress that naturally comes with growth and staging. The numbers don't lie, y'all. Nearly 70% of entrepreneurs, 68.1% to be exact, spend their time working in their business. We know what that means. Tackling tasks and putting out fires rather than strategic growth. You know, the stuff that's actually going to help you grow. It's like running in place. Then we know that nearly half of all small businesses, 41% to be exact, still rely solely on manual onboarding processes. That clearly says, yeah, we're not ready to grow and we have no intention of truly growing. Lastly, 26% of first-time managers, whether they're project managers or general managers, say admittedly they didn't feel ready to lead when they stepped into their role, with nearly 60%, y'all, 59.2, having no formal training. Now, we're not going to talk about, but maybe we'll talk about that later. But there is something happening here. We can call it a breakdown. We can call it a breakup. We can call it whatever we want to call it. But the truth is, we don't know until we try. And if we've learned nothing from the community, we know for a fact that practices must be intentional or else true sustainability will never take root. So if we address the concerns beforehand, we can confidently execute a solid strategy, prepare to implement a seamless execution plan, and have tracking and reporting in place. We guarantee to win, y'all. Plain and simple. If we're willing to address the concerns beforehand. That means we need to go through the ins and outs, and we're going to start with our community pulse spread. Okay, so this particular spread is what we call the catalyst. It's the energy we need to embody at each critical stage of bringing on a virtual team member. Whether that's a VA, OBM, or EA, this spread is where we need to start to define our big why. Now, there are 4 positions, and each position represents something that we need to face. The first is the 10 of Wands. The second, justice. The third, the 3 of discs. And the fourth, the world. Now, the 10 of Wands is the card that represents the heavy burden of a complex and incomplete strategy, or basically you just got too much to do. This is what is the driving force for hiring that often leads to overwhelm, which later turns into the inability to scale and the sheer weight of way too many responsibilities preventing growth. It's the clear signal that you need to offload, but you can't just offload. I mean, that's actually not going to help you either. So what do? We need justice. Justice always comes through emphasizing fairness, balance, and clear evaluation. This is about having a transparent, equitable process for screening your candidates, ensuring you're assessing the right skills, values, and cultural fit objectively, and overall having very clear job descriptions, structured interviews, and unbiased assessments. Now, we're going to talk about these tests. We got to talk about the test. Next up, Card 3, the 3 of this. This is your launch pad, okay? The launch pad for onboarding. This is all about the collaboration and the energy of building. It signifies the importance of working together to establish a tangible plan, something you can put your hands on, sharing resources and integrating your new key personnel into the team's flow. This is CommuniTEA. It's all about setting up shared documents and processes from day zero. All right, last card, the world. This is a sustainability. This is flow. Long-term management and growth. We are talking big travels. We're going everywhere with our business. We're doing everything with our organization because we're here for an impact. And this is the ultimate card of completion, integration, and thriving community. It advises your long-term success with a key personnel that comes from truly creating an integrated and holistic partnership. Roles are clear, contributions are valued, and the entire system is harmony. Yeah, you better have somebody. These cards give us powerful insights. They help us to translate those insights into concrete action. And what good is action if it's not strategic and calibrated? Yeah, friend, can we just say the G Spot? Google Workspace is the only place for you to streamline your hiring and onboarding process so that management is easy. Management is easy. Management is easy when you put it in the G Spot, baby. If you haven't already gotten your business standard plan, trust me, you want to clink that link in the description box below and get your code. You will not regret leveling up to a business standard plan, and I am going to show you why, because you need this. If you ain't trying to grow, you ain't trying to stage, yeah. So there's a complete workshop series that I developed just for those of you who know this is your next best move, hiring a VA, an EA, or an OBM. I need to ensure that you have yoCommuniTEA all set up in the G Spot, ready to sip with ease. So I'm prepared to run that workshop where you'll learn if in fact you're ready to hire, how to screen and vet, how to interview. We're not talking about old school interviews, y'all. We're talking about 2025 interviews. Come forward. Come on to the future. Structured onboarding, how to actually make it seamless for not just your new key personnel, but for you. Setting up structured communication channels. Y'all, this is the meat. Then we take a deep dive into sustaining and managing with Google Workspace. We go over everything in the centralized workspace. We look at project management for virtual teams, all of your tools and resources. We measure your ROI and your performance, which is key. You're spending money, you got to make money, right? And then we end it with creating a vibrant work environment. Again, not just for the key personnel, this is for you too. This is a big deal. You've actually thought about it and you're pressing the button. So here's the big deal. This isn't just a workshop. I created it specifically for yoCommuniTEA. It's foolproof and a proven methodology that guarantees you will be successful vetting, onboarding, hiring, and sustaining your VA, EA, or OBM. And guess what? The best part is once you found your perfect match, streamline your hiring process, you will get a $500 credit to start yours. $500, y'all, for your brand new VA, EA, or OBM. When you sign up through our exclusive yoCommuniTEA affiliate link, you get $500. $500. You know how many hours of work that saves you? Come on, let's do the math. This is a game changer for getting the right support because we know that $500 is going to go a long way, especially if you've been putting this off for a while. That's hours and hours of work you've outsourced to a qualified, top-notch VA, EA, or OBM, helping you to get ahead and sustain your growth and staging. Huge. So don't forget to click that link in the description box below and start searching for your perfect match. Okay, fam. So we've covered a ton and need to give the brain a tea break. But before we go, be sure you already have your G-Spot. That link is in the description box below. I'm sorry, you out here on @gmail.com, it's looking kind of shady, baby. Make sure you get that. I can teach you how to set it up quickly. All you gotta do is reach out. I got a special business standard code waiting just for you. It's in that description box. Don't forget to join yoCommuniTEA via our Substack platform, where you'll have firsthand access to the entire series we just talked about today to make sure that you are vetting, hiring, and onboarding your key personnel for free. You get it all for free. And last but not least, don't forget to grab your free G-Spot activation guide, where you can get your sip and tarot yoCommuniTEA on. All right, fam. Thanks for tuning in. Got questions for me? Drop them below. Until next time, keep sipping. Peace.